In this video tutorial, we would like to tell you how to manage TR-069 CPEs, which located behind NAT. We shall explain you why it is a problem and how to solve it. Managing CPEs that don't respond to HTTP connection requests. Sometimes, you might face a situation where a TR-069 CPE seems online and properly connected to the ACS. However, the ACS can't start a management session with the CPE to send commands or update info. This often happens when the CPE can't be directly reached by the ACS due to NAT or a firewall. To identify devices situated behind NAT, you might observe an icon labeled as NAT in the ACS web interface. Proactive CPE management with connection requests. The TR-069 protocol enables the ACS to actively manage and control the CPE in real time or on demand by initiating a session with the device through an HTTP connection request at any time. However, to establish this connection, the CPE device must be reachable by the ACS. If it is behind a firewall or NAT that blocks direct communication between the server and the device. As a result, sending a HTTP connection request to initiate a session with the CPE becomes impossible. Solving NAT problem. Resolving CPE connectivity problems behind NAT. In case a CPE has a private IP address, it might not be reachable by the ACS server, which can limit its active management. However, the CPE can still be managed using one of the following methods. Use methods which described by Broadband Forum. Employ our proprietary solution with a proxy. Use methods described by Broadband Forum. To manage devices located behind NAT gateways, the Broadband Forum has defined a mechanism known as NAT Traversal for CPE1 Management Protocol. This mechanism includes two methods, stun-based and XMPP-based NAT Traversal. These methods allow the ACS to manage CPEs even if they are behind NAT. These methods replace the HTTP connection request mechanism with UDP or XMPP connection request. Enabling stun and XMPP connection requests on ACS instance. During instance setup, you might have seen extra options for these methods in our service. If your CPE supports stun or XMPP-based connection requests, you can enable this functionality at any time for your ACS instance. When you enable stun and XMPP simultaneously, ACS will automatically detect CPE capabilities and configure the relevant settings on the CPE. This makes managing devices easier. Problems with stun and XMPP. If your CPE or its current firmware doesn't support the earlier mentioned NAT traversal mechanisms, you might need to think about updating the firmware or replacing the CPE with a newer model that does support these mechanisms. Alternatively, you can inquire with the vendor about the status of implementing these mechanisms. Our proprietary solution with a proxy. If none of the previous options suits you, we offer a special solution. To implement it, you will need to deploy two proxy servers. One will receive the connection requests and all other messages, then forward them to the specific CPE that should have received them, and the second will forward responses from that CPE back to your ACS instance. After that, activate proxy support for your instance. We are confident that the information presented in our video tutorial was useful to you. If you still have any questions, please apply to our support team via email contact@tr069.pro, and we will be happy to help you.